Have you realized how SNAP benefits are encountering a terrifying reality right now? Well, it's true. Just look how easy it is for virtually anyone to steal someone else's SNAP benefit. It's very easy and it's happening all the time. So in this video, I'm going to expose exactly what needs to be done right now, what is happening right now, and how the people that are in control, called the lawmakers, have the power to change this, but they're doing virtually nothing. And if they don't extend a very important provision that's out there right now, all of these protections for SNAP benefits or food stamps that go out to nearly 43 million people all across the country right now will be gone. So that's what I want to focus on here in this video. Very important stuff. So let's get into it and discuss what's going on. First off, thanks so much for joining me. Will you please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet? The big subscribe button right down below the video. Make sure to hit that if you have not done so yet. Again, totally free to do so. I'm here for you every single day. Thank you so much for being part of the community. I really appreciate you, and let's talk through the details. All right, so as I mentioned, SNAP benefits, food stamps, EBT, food assistance, supplemental nutrition assistance program, whatever we want to call it, it's all referring to the same program. But these benefits go out to, again, over 40 million people a month right now that rely on these benefits. But guess what's happening to a lot of people, and to a tune of tens of millions of dollars this year alone so far. I can tell you this much: people are taking other people's benefits. Why? Because it's incredibly easy to do. Why would they do such a thing? Because that's what's just going on in this weird world that we're living in right now. But here's the situation. EBT cards, the cards in which your monthly benefits are deposited onto, right? You know this. But the problem with EBT cards is that they don't have any protections within them. Like the microchip that you see on a credit card or a debit card, it's not there. So the money on an EBT card is so easily accessible. Now get this, just in Delaware alone, so far this year, Delaware, the tiniest state out there, has already paid out over $615,000 in stolen benefits back out to beneficiaries just this year so far. The smallest state in the country has paid out over $615,000 in stolen benefits to beneficiaries. What does that tell you? Do you think how much this is going on across the entire country? How many millions, tens of millions, over $100 million has been replenished into the pockets, into the EBT cards of beneficiaries who have had their benefits wrongly taken from them? So in this one situation here, as you can see, right, this person in Delaware, she gets $274 a month on her EBT card. She went out to the grocery store to do her weekly shopping, whatever it happens to be, doing what she always wants to do, and there she goes and swipes her EBT card, and yet again, it's empty. Oh no, what happened? Well, here's what happened. Somebody called her and said, hey, this is your local office, just checking in on your SNAP benefit, want to make sure all is good. How about you give me your account number and your PIN number? Which, by the way, don't give me that information, okay? Do not ever give that to me. I don't want it, and it should not be in the public domain. But my point is, the lady, the person that here in this article that I'm talking about, she thought she was doing the right thing, just making sure her SNAP benefits were good. And then sure enough, oh no, it was a phishing call, and the person was just gathering information, and then they swiped her card, and yoink, there it all goes, right? So at the time, she's still waiting for that money to be replenished, but it can take a while. It can take a couple weeks for that money to be replenished. Sad situation. Again, over $100 million just this year alone so far has already been basically taken from beneficiaries. Yeah, sad situation, okay? Now get this, some other statistics as well. In 2022, Americans lost, get this, $10 billion to all kinds of different schemes, right? And guess this, get this as well, $1.1 billion of that was taken from people through these little skimming devices on like gas pumps and kiosk machines. $1.1 billion that should be in your pocket, and it's not, because it was taken from us. $10 billion that should be in our pocket, but it's not, because it was taken from us by some people that have ill intentions. Sad situation, right? Now, really quickly here, let me tell you the details behind what lawmakers, the people in control, need to do right now to extend out a provision that's in place right now, but it's going to be expiring literally in a matter of weeks. It's going to be expiring, and the protections to give us reimbursements of benefits will be gone if they don't do this, okay? And then I also want to talk about a piece of legislation here that is also in the possession of lawmakers. They have not done it yet, but they do have a piece of legislation in their possession right now, which would actually increase the protections, or the security, I should say, on these EBT cards, implanting those little microchips like what we all have on our credit cards and debit cards, the little chip you slide in, right? They want to talk about adding those, okay? First off, let me talk about that piece of legislation really fast. So some lawmakers have introduced the piece of legislation to basically replace all EBT cards across the entire country. This would be a lot of cards, but who cares, right? Could you imagine how much money they're spending right now of federal dollars to reimburse people who've had their benefits wrongly taken from them? Well over $100 million this year alone. But yet they haven't spent the money to send out new EBT cards with microchips. Credit card companies are doing it every day. What's so hard about this, right? I mean, literally, credit card companies are issuing brand new credit cards, replacements, new issued cards, stuff like this all the time to new people, and they're sending them out all the time. Why can't the government figure this out, right? They can't figure out how to do this. Shocking. It's unbelievable what is going on here, but to protect the beneficiary, I don't know, maybe ask a bank how they do it with their credit cards or something, right? They're spending way more money today on reimbursing money to beneficiaries that have had it taken from them than what they would actually spend to just send out the new cards. I mean, what's a card cost? Like a penny or something like that? I mean, what's the postage cost? Like a couple pennies? Just get it done already. Okay, anyway, sorry, I digress. But that is the piece of legislation that's out there now. Now, next, let's quickly talk about the provision that is currently in place, okay? I'm going to talk about this quickly here. So back in late 2022, they passed a piece of legislation that basically said we're going to use federal dollars to reimburse people that have had their benefits taken from these cloning situations. Again, I'm not really sure what the cloning type of thing is. Apparently it's some kind of scheme, some type of cloning scheme or some type of skimmer device on a kiosk machine. If somebody has their benefits taken from them, we will use federal funds to reimburse these individuals. That went into effect as of October 1st, 2022. It was actually passed at the very end of 2022, but it was retroactive back to October 1st, 2022. It was a 2-year piece of legislation. Guess what 2 years later is? Yeah, you're right. The end of September this year. September 30th is when it expires. The end of the day, September 30th this year, 2024, that will be expiring. In other words, unless lawmakers extend this thing out again, federal dollars will no longer be replacing taken benefits from beneficiaries if this were to happen. And again, I know for a fact it will continue to happen. Why? Because they've done nothing about it. They've done nothing to secure the benefits. They've done nothing to secure the cards. And these skimming devices are everywhere, right? It's happening to people all the time. You read about it. You see it all the time, okay? So that's why I know it's going to continue happening. So my point is, lawmakers need to step up. They've only got a couple weeks here to go. It's not that long until we get to the end of September here as I film this video right now. And once that comes in, if they don't extend this out, we will see a lapse of this and no longer federal funds will be protecting these beneficiaries with the reimbursements. Well, what happens then? Well, then we revert back to what happened prior to this going into place of October 1st of 2022, which is if your benefits are taken from you, what did they say then? Sorry, yeah, you may want to visit a local pantry or ask some friends and family or whatever they do. I don't know, but my point is they did nothing. They literally did nothing. They said, sorry, we can't help you. We've got no money here. You know what I'm saying? So bad situation all around. These SNAP benefits are vitally important, but yet we're treating them like it's monopoly money. Don't get me wrong, monopoly's money is awesome, right? Why would we want to disrespect something that is so incredibly important to over 40 million people all across the country? Well, that's how they're treating it, right? So anyway, I want to share this with you really quickly. I hope this helps. I'm here for you to advocate on your behalf, to answer questions, to bring you information, to research on your behalf, do whatever I can to help you out in any way that I can. Thank you so much for being part of the community. Again, please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. The more people we have here in the community, the more influence, the more impact that we have with these videos and the letters we write to lawmakers. Yeah, should have drafted another one of those soon, right? But anyway, I just want to do what I can for you. Again, please subscribe, share this video with your friends on my social media. There's a share button down below so they can also see what's going on and be educated and, of course, be aware of this information so that they have this at their disposal. Otherwise, check out the other videos here on the channel, the thousands in the video library. The ones I've hand selected for you down below in the description or the top of the comment section. And right now, pop on up your screen as well. You'll see some videos there. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Thanks for being part of the community. Have a nice day.